What if I told you that you never have to build a Power BI report ever again? I know. Now you're thinking, Martha, that's an incredibly clickbaity thing to say. That is true. In this video, we are going to dive into one of the coolest announcements from Build, and that is the new reporting and authoring skill. I will take you through everything, the step-by-step installation, how to get started, and then we're going to really put it to the test and see if it's actually solving all our Power BI stuff on the design and report creation front forever. Is that a sad thing, or are we happy about that? Enough of all this talking. You know what we like to do at GuideCube? We're gonna head over to my laptop. The thing I want to test out today is to see if we can create some beautiful things with this report right here, which is just a semantic model. The report itself is just empty. Now, a key thing here is that I've saved this as a PBIP, a Power BI project file, skills demo. That's the name of the report. And I saved it to this folder. Now, to use the new Power BI report skills, we need to use a CLI, a command line interface. So that is some sort of terminal that you want to use. And then I'm going to change my directory to the folder where I saved my PBIP file. But before we can even begin, we need to install the skills that we want to use. So let's take a look at them. Here you see inside of the Microsoft documentation, we are going to use the Power BI report skills. We're going to take advantage of the Power BI report authoring skill, Power BI report design skill, and also the Power BI report planner and management skill. These you can find inside of GitHub. You see them here. They are part of the skills for Fabric. So actually what exists is a skill set for not only Power BI and these report stuff, but for a lot of different things that you might want to take advantage of. If you have, listened to any of the other videos that we've created, skills are something that you provide to an agent. So we need an agent to, execute on the skill set that we're giving this agent. Now, the agent that we're going to use is going to be the GitHub Copilot CLI. Before you do anything, you have to install Copilot in your terminal. You can do that by just copying this line right here and then entering that inside of your PowerShell window. Cool, so now Copilot is installed, but then we need to actually run it. The next thing we have to do is to now install the Fabric skills to make sure that Copilot here got the skills that we needed to have. So we do that by going back into skills for Fabric, and let's copy this line here. Public Marketplace, Microsoft skills for Fabric, and paste it. Now it's going to install this if you haven't done that already. I already did. If you want to check that you actually have the skills that you need, you can now write skills list. And here is a bunch of skills. And somewhere here, we are going to find the reporting skills. And you see, there's stuff for event houses, SQL data warehouse, semantic model, Fabric IQ. And here, at the end, actually, you see that we have the Power BI report planning, we have Power BI report design, we have Power BI report authoring, and Power BI report management. Cool, that's what we wanted to add. And now we're ready to test this. Okay, let's do it. Let's put up the Power BI project file and the Copilot command interface side by side so that we can follow along on this journey in real time, because we have to see it to believe it. So we're going to start from nothing. So I'm just going to ask it to, for the Power BI file skills demo, create an overview page for my sales analytics and one page with store details, and enter. Let's just see what it does. Okay, so we see the skill Power BI report authoring activated. Nice. As a good agent, it's going to ask me if I am allowing it to do stuff. If you haven't saved your report, if you haven't, committed it to Git or saved it so that you have a version of that, you're going to lose that. But I have nothing, so I'm going to just allow it to do stuff. Okay, So what did it do? It created a sales overview page. I mean, okay, that looks not too shabby. I mean, I didn't really give it a lot of instructions, but what it did for my store details is, okay, so it gave me a store filter, that's good, and then revenue, table view, and also total revenue by category. Okay, I mean, the two pages were quite similar. I guess they kind of solved the problem, but it did do a lot better than the Copilot chat thing inside of Power BI Desktop, I think, because it actually did create, something decent. This is not too bad. But for transparency, that took 10 minutes. But visually, I'm not that impressed, am I? It's not like the coolest thing ever. I've always, dreamed of being in Jai Park. So what if I just asked it to create a report that visually looked like something he has created? Let's see if we can find something to be, inspired by. So if we go to LinkedIn, I found this HR overview report. But let's see if we can use this as a sketch that I'm, giving Power BI, and I wanted to create this. So I'm just going to add that to the folder that I'm working with my Power BI project file. And let's call it Design Inspo. Okay, let's head back to Copilot and our Power BI report, and then please visually make it super pretty and look like the design inspo file I added to the folder. Now let's see what it does with this command. Oh my goodness, did it work? Okay, wait. Let's look at the original. Yes, okay, guys, yours is still better. But it did totally just take like the rounded corners and the colors, and it looks like it even did something with like font sizes. Okay, but that was cool. I am impressed. Okay, let's try one more. Let's just go to Google and search for Power BI design top tips. Okay, so this one looks striking. It's coming from zoomcharts.com. Okay, I'm gonna prompt it to create a new report for me on sales performance and use this as the visual inspiration. Okay, so let's create a new sales performance command center report using the report inspo file. Okay, let's see how it performs. Okay, this looks pretty similar. Let's see what they look like next to each other. Oh my god. Never have to create a report again. I mean, I gave it the worst prompts in history and it still did that. Okay, let me just make this clear. I'm not saying that you should steal anyone's work. I just wanted to test it and see if it was able to actually work off of something that was already sketched, because that's the key point here. Now you could sit down with your report consumers and draw stuff. I don't know, play around in PowerPoint, or maybe you have an existing report and you want it to look something like that. You could just prompt away and have it look like that. Also, if you have organizational patterns and rules that people have to follow with colors and all these things, if that's described somewhere, just add it to the folder and have your agent use that as the context and the prompt on how to visually design the report. Okay, what do you guys think? How do we feel about this? Are you excited, or are you like, oh my gosh? Let me know in the comments below. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button, because this was just the first build announcement that we dived into. I mean, we're probably going to dive into a lot more, and I will see you in the queue. Bye!